We were doing the festivals and things like that here in Akron. We always, even though we're considered minority, we really felt like the minority in this type of setting. Fred Barrett invited us to do this Akron cultural plans, and just around that table everybody was saying the same thing. We still had the commonality of, you felt isolated at times. You felt like you're the only one. You didn't have really a connection. You had your own thing going on. And I was like, well, I just blurted out, well, maybe we should do a Black Artists Guild. At that moment, it was like, boom.
We're a bunch of artists, so we have to let this thing we do and the process we do it be a part of how we build this organization. And if we kind of stick true to the artistic process and use it as an organizational building structure in a way, it's going to be organic, it's going to be strong. It's a tedious process, just like art making, but you always find the gems if you really commit yourself to the process. As a part of the Black Artist Movement, what's going to help is being able to kind of convene us all and then start to organize us all.
To give people resources to funnel that type of support and say, you got it. The upfront is going to be hard, but I think the long term, it will be easier. But from there, we launched beginning of February. We're trying to keep it moving and pushing. So we just had Lisa Scales, who talked about mobilizing how we move.
Meeting we just had with Lisa, and the amount of people who came and gave your thoughts and their feedback, and then with the Astor coming to just be himself, which is just awesome. There's a lot of excitement, and we're in the middle of trying to figure out how do we take that excitement and turn it into really a movement.
When you move on it or move on certain actions, I think people are more willing to help, because they see that you are not stopping, that you will find a way, that you're passionate about it. A lot of the times people can throw around ideas all day, but if you got the drive to make it happen, even if you the only at some times or some points, it's gonna happen, because people get behind that when things are moving. So that we're trying to make sure we are steady, but also collective.
There's a lot of interest and support with partners. People just emailing and say, hey, if you need help, I'm here, let me know, which is super cool. We're just not even at the point where we know what help looks like. But it's good to know that we really aren't out here alone. So there's some irony here, right? We started this thing because Black artists feel like they're out here alone. We come together and suddenly you realize, oh, we're actually not out here alone. There are people who are willing to help. And all it took was for us to, come together, whether for good or bad, for people to see us and see us as the force we can be in arts and culture, as the support we can be for the sector, and as kind of a driver we can be for the sector in terms of artistic excellence, education, advocacy, and all the above. So I just think, this Black Artists Guild is something special, and we're at the very, very beginning of the special thing.